One of the things that made the classic Sonic games so great was the outstanding world building and how it tied back to the gameplay so seamlessly. Sonic had a never-ending world that could supply an endless amount of new areas and zones to explore. It was, in other words, perfect world building. I talked about all of this back in a previous video that you should definitely go watch, but now I want to talk about another Sonic game that I also believe to have a very well-made world. That Sonic game is Sonic Adventure, and since I've grown up with this game and it's pretty much my childhood, I hope I can do this game some justice in conveying what's so special about the world that it takes place in. So without further ado, make sure to kick your feet up, vibe with your dog Josh, and relax as I show you the world of Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure was one of the first times that the Sonic brand had taken a drastically different direction with the character. Previously, Sonic was a cute little mascot that had a slight bit of underlying edge. He was nice and friendly, but he can also have a strong sense of determination when the fate of nature is at risk. But one thing that really helped Sonic sell as a brand was that Sonic himself was cool. Mario was old news. The edge of Sonic's character was always an important trait. So important that the American box arts for the classic games had a more exaggerated art style to emphasize the edge. Now, the reason why this is important is because with the jump into 3D, Sega decided to double down on the edge aspect of Sonic's character. You can tell this right away from seeing the signature Sonic Adventure pose. That Sonic has more edge than he's ever had before. He has green eyes, a troublemaker grin, and a very exaggerated art style. Almost all of the cuteness factor from classic Sonic has pretty much been removed in this version of Sonic. He's now a rebel who plays by his own rules. Now obviously with a change like this, some fans are inevitably not going to like this version of Sonic. And to be fair, people didn't get used to it for a very long time. In my personal opinion, this is my favorite interpretation of Sonic. I love classic Sonic, but this isn't the version of Sonic that comes to mind right away. It's this Sonic. I'm always thinking about modern Sonic, more specifically Adventure Sonic. And maybe I'm a bit biased in that viewpoint because these are the games I played the most, and I mean Sonic Adventure 1 was my first video game I ever played, so that might contribute to this. But there's just something about the overemphasis of edge that I find so appealing to me. Which now brings us to the world of Sonic Adventure. And a lot has changed in this world since the classic Sonic games. For one, it's a bit more grounded with using elements from real life. This is really apparent when you look at Station Square, which is a city setting with cars, humans, and overall civilization. Now, a common remark that you'll hear about this game is that this is the first Sonic game where Sonic was realistic. Why is a cartoon animal interacting with humans? It makes no sense. Well, here's the thing. The first Sonic Adventure was not a realistic take on Sonic. Sonic 06 would be an example of a realistic take on Sonic the Hedgehog, and there's a reason why that art style will never come back. Sonic Adventure, however, greatly exaggerates realistic elements in the world, thus making it unrealistic. This is the entire message of Sonic Adventure's world. Everything in this game is exaggerated to an extreme degree. From the characters, to the levels, to the environments. My favorite example I can give for this heightened reality is Ice Cap. You start out this level in a dark and ominous cave, but once you reach the top, a giant avalanche comes down on Sonic and now he has to snowboard down the mountain. But when he's snowboarding, fighter jets swoop in and start shooting missiles. Colorful blimps high up in the sky with a nice warm village on the side of the mountain. Now, all of these things are realistic elements that you would find in a game striving for realism, but what Sonic Adventure does is it takes those elements and uses them for unrealistic purposes. I mean, go ahead, tell me the last time you had fighter jets shooting down at you on the same day that everyone mutually decided to go on blimp rides. Those things just don't happen. But the main reason why I think I find this world so appealing is because of the feelings it's trying to display. You have this snowboarding section that, by all means, should make you anxious. I mean, you literally got the military at your throat. But the game doesn't make you feel overwhelmed or anxious about the dire situation. Instead, it actually makes you feel the opposite. You almost feel overly confident in your abilities, and there's a surprising factor of excitement in this dire situation. And this is why I think Sonic's character is so important to the world. Sonic is a rebel who is confident no matter what, and he's going to save the day the way he wants to. So if saving the day means doing a few flips when snowboarding while trying to escape death, he's gonna do that. Man, I am about to say it. The game makes you feel like Sonic the Hedgehog. But that statement is kinda true. Honestly, I feel that people really undervalue how well Sonic Team could convey Sonic's character in the world that you're playing in. Like, you can't tell me that this section of Ice Cap isn't a work of art. You have the play on colors with the blimps, you have the upbeat rock giving you the confidence, and then you have the flips, the village. Sonic Team are geniuses. But I don't want to stop here, because this entire game is a roller coaster of wacky and bizarre settings. One really cool setting is Twinkle Park. It starts out with a bumper car ride in a place that looks to be space. There's other racers too, and for some reason they're trying to kill you. But this section is followed up by a massive theme park full of enemies, traps, and it's built like a weird, demented fantasy. I mean, look at this castle, bro. That's awesome. This is a great example of how Sonic Adventure can take an idea like a theme park and change it into something much more over the top. And once again, it's still rocking that overconfident rock. But the one stage that tends to be most people's favorite is Speed Highway. It starts out with a nice city landscape at night. You have helicopters, police, ramps. This is very appealing to a lot of people for obvious reasons. City stages are cool, and what's even cooler is being on the run from the police at night. You even run down the side of a building at top speed, and once you reach the bottom, you find this nice city set right in the morning. It has this beautiful but still cool soundtrack as you navigate through these tall buildings. Sure, it doesn't really make sense for time to just speed up when Sonic reaches ground level, but it's still a very special moment in the game. And just like the blimps, this city has a strange way of having a play on colors with a wide variety of buildings, which is very important for conveying feelings through a stage. If you see colorful settings, you just naturally feel more happy and interested. But reality isn't just heightened to make you more excited and confident in your abilities. It's also there to provide a more lively and sometimes peaceful world. Look at Station Square. It's got this upbeat guitar song that makes you really feel like you're in a living and breathing city. I mean, this place looks like there's people who got jobs to do here. There's no waiting around. Everyone is constantly busy. Obviously, cities aren't like this in real life. They are usually a lot more grounded and in some cases, kinda depressing. But this game makes the good parts of the quote-unquote city life an actual setting. It gives an upbeat New York City vibe to the place. And it actually works. I remember when I was a dumb kid, I would just mess around these hub worlds more than actually playing the game. It just goes to show how appealing this place is. But then you have the part of the game that brings the most nostalgia. You got the Mystic Ruins. Now, if Station Square exaggerated how busy it was, then the Mystic Ruins exaggerates how calm and peaceful it is. You have mountains stacked to miles high, slim to none civilization, deep forests that you could lose yourself in, and powerful protected relics. The developers are kinda genius here. The map is very tiny due to the restriction of the hardware, but it feels like this place is massive, with tons to explore. The best example is the forest. It's actually very tiny, but the developers added so many convoluted paths that it feels a lot bigger than it actually is. A lot of people critique this game for making you get lost in this forest and taking up time, but I think this forest was 100% intentional. I really doubt the developers just accidentally made a path system that was so complex and hard to remember. No, this was done deliberately. They want you to get lost in this forest. And it low-key worked. I remember being in these forests just wandering around looking for the next mission objective. It's oddly peaceful, especially with the soundtrack in the background. And a peaceful setting like this is always remembered in a game like this because the game is so full of overconfident music to the point where when you do hear something peaceful, it creates a very vivid and memorable experience. And you know, maybe that's why the second half of Speed Highway is so loved. Contrasting moments like this are littered all throughout the game. When there's a sad moment like Gamma's death, it can be very memorable because of how the tone shifts from confidence to sadness. Sonic Adventure knows how to create memorable moments time and time again. There are so many points in the game that I would love to point out that I remember so vividly and fondly, but if I did, I would be here all day. After all, there are 6 playable characters and they all share this sentiment. And when a game takes its time to reveal these moments through character arcs or gameplay, it feels earned. Sonic Adventure's world building may not be as open as classic Sonic's world building, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. These are just 2 different interpretations of the same character and world. There's few games in this franchise that can get me invested in the world of Sonic, and it's because it's rapidly changing. But I will defend my case, in this being one of the best games representing what Sonic is all about. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this sequel kind of video. I love you guys. Adios. My channel members are Epic Gaming with George, Speeder Light, Sonic Man 715, Snick Storm, Archer XYZ, JNXV, Rocco MK, Sonic Hub, Thomas One Ride, Chip Chap Chop, Scape, Sonic Pip, The Squeaker Nerd, Super Jacks Boom, Sonic Extreme, and Super Saiyan Sonic. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I don't know if you guys could tell. I'm not gonna tell until I edit this video, but I'm pretty sick right now, and it's kind of made worse because on the day that I'm uploading this video, it is my birthday. Yay, happy birthday to me. Typically my birthdays are pretty boring. I kind of lost the privilege of, exciting birthdays a long time ago. So instead of, being bored out of my mind, I decided to make a video for my birthday. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got to talk about Sonic Adventure. It's a fun time. So yeah, I got some more videos coming out soon. I got a new video essay series coming out, but I guess you could kind of consider this a new series. Tell me what Sonic games you want me to analyze for their worlds. I don't know, I might check it out. Anyways, this is going on for too long. I love you guys. Adios.